So today we're doing a New Year's Eve look, but first I'm actually going to start off with the hair today. So brush out the hair and make sure that there are no knots in it. Then I'm going to section it off because I'm going to be applying hot rollers. So I like to work in sections. You don't have to use hot rollers. You could curl it with a curling iron or a wand. I just found that this was easier for me because I could set the curls while I did my makeup. Now that the rollers are in, I can move on to the face. So I'm going to use the Too Faced Primed and Poreless Primer, and I'm just going to run that just a little bit all over my face. Then I'm using the Benefit Erase Paste to cover up my dark circles. So I'm going to mix the Cover FX foundation with the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Cream foundation, and I'm going to first dot that all over with a flat foundation brush. Then I'm going to take a beauty blender to blend it all out completely. So I'm taking this Nars eyeshadow primer and I'm applying it all over the lid and all the way up to the brow, then just blending it out. I'm using this Makeupgeek eyeshadow in the color Cocoa Bear, which is a pretty red-brown shadow, and I'm going to apply this into the crease and into the outer V, just feathering it inwards. Then I'm also going to blend it out until there are absolutely no harsh lines, making it gradually fade a little bit more as I go higher up towards the brow. Then I'm going to use this Vanilla color by MAC. I'm going to use this as my highlight right below the highest point of my arch and blending it out. I'm using Carbon by MAC, and I'm going to apply this in the crease as well. And this is going to be our blending color from the dark black base that we're about to apply in a second to the shadows, just so that there's no seamless cream to shadow line there. I'm also going to take it into the outer V just a little bit. I'm using this Loreal gel liner, and I'm going to apply this all over the lid with a brush. And we're using it as a base for the pigment that we're going to apply. Then I'm taking Wedge eyeshadow by MAC, and I'm going to use this to blend between the black color and the brown color, just so that those two blend seamlessly. I'm going to go in with a Makeupgeek pigment in the color Utopia, which I've had for about 2 months now. I'm going to do this by spraying my brush with MAC Fix Plus, then applying a layer onto that black base. You don't have to pack on the color, just tap your brush into the pigment and that should be enough. I'm also taking it to the inner corner and then wiping away any fallout. I'm using Carbon and Cocoa Bear in my lower lash line. I'm applying Carbon first and then blending it out with Cocoa Bear. So before I apply my false lashes, I like to curl my own, and the false lashes I'm going to use are the Red Cherry number 43 lashes, which are thin in the beginning and then they get longer as they flare out. So I really like that style of false lashes. Then I'm using a gel liner, and I'm using a retractable pencil liner as a tool to apply it in my upper and lower waterline. I'm using a liquid eyeliner to run over the base of the lashes, and I'm just applying some mascara to my lower lashes, and we are done with the eyes. Now let's move on to the face. I'm using this NYC bronzing powder, and I'm using this to contour my face. Now I'm taking this NYZ Mosaic blush, and it's a nice light pink color, so I'm just applying that to the apples of my cheeks and running it back. For highlight, I'm using my Lorac highlighter, as I always do, so just apply that to the high points of your cheekbones and of course your cupid's bow if you like. For lips, I'm using the Revlon Nude Attitude and MAC Jazzed lipstick, and first I'm lining it with a nude lip liner, then I'm applying Nude Attitude first and then topping it off with Jazzed, which I believe was a limited edition color, but you can use any nudie peachy color that you have. Doesn't have to be that one. Then we're going to be done with the face and we're going to move on to hair. So I'm going to start off by removing all the hot rollers that I put into my hair. Then I'm just going to break up all the curls just a little bit, just kind of mess them up a little bit. So I am doing like a curl faux hawk type of do. So I'm going to split the hair into 3 sections. So I'm leaving the top part for last. You want to go ahead and twist each section, then bobby pin it in a shape that you like how it looks. So just, you know, make sure that it stays on the center and kind of takes the shape of a mohawk. So just pin the curls in the way that you would like. Kind of hard to explain what I'm doing since I'm going so fast, but basically just shape the curls in the form of a mohawk, I guess would be the easiest way to explain it. So I'm teasing this last part a little bit just to add a little bit of volume at the top. So with that, we have finished our look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will talk to you guys soon.